Good afternoon there, crafters and crafty people alike. My name is Esther and you are watching Stampin Star Creations. So on my live today, the plan is to play with some product which is available now. We're February 2022 and it's a time of celebration, not celebration, but celebration. So with every £45 product purchase from my shop, you're entitled to redeem a free product from a selection. So I'll be showing you some of those things today. So I'll be using a design that I used recently in an in-person class. And I'm going to change it slightly to show you that you can use different products and it can look different by just using a few different things. So nice to see you. Do come on in. Do say hello in the chat. It's always nice to see who's here. Excuse me. I do tend to repeat the comments because I try and put this over on YouTube and then the comments disappear and you can't see what people are saying. So welcome, lovely to see you, and I'm going to turn the camera around. Always just takes a while for it to turn around. Right, I'm back on my normal phone. So sometimes I have the issue of it zooms in and out. So I'm going to try and avoid that today as much as possible. Not that I can avoid it, it just does it. I've looked at the settings, don't know what's different. So this is the card, I will show you. This is the card that we made, one of the cards we made in the class this last week. And then I was about to pull out the same set. I thought, oh, actually, I could have a play with this one instead. And then an idea happened. So I'm going to go with my idea. I was also going to stamp the girl directly into the circle because she would fit. But I thought, actually, she might look nicer cut out like I've done with the camper van here. So I'm going to stamp and then do some fussy cutting, and that means just basically cutting around the image and cutting her out. I find a block that is big enough. Excuse me, got to clear the old frogs out before I start talking. Right, I'm just going in with black memento ink to stamp her and to ink her up. Welcome Margaret and Ellie, lovely to see you. So I'm just using, as you can see, I've used this on the other side for something else. Now I'm not worried about the net because we're not going to use that bit today. But I want to stamp her and cut her out. And I'm going to stick, I think, to the same colours. So I've got Coastal Cabana as my base, so I'm going to grab out some, I think Bermuda Bay is probably a close colour to that, and I'm going to go for, oh, what colour is this? Light soft suede. Okay, we'll go for brownie hair. I think I was going to go blonde, but we'll go brownie. So let's zoom in a bit. Right, am I doing okay? Is it zooming in and out, or is it okay? Hi Renee. Okay, so coming in with dark soft suede, just checking the name of it. I'm going to give her some dark roots. I'm not going to be too precise about the hair, I'm just going to give her some highlights. Not precise, too precise about this bit anyway. There we go, that will do. And then coming in with my lighter blend, so these are alcohol markers. They dry super quickly and you can blend the colour together. So if you're trying to create depth or tone to your work, these are great for that. And if you've got an image like this where it's useful, well, not useful, an image like this that you want to colour in, then the pens are useful for this type of thing. Okay, that will do. So I don't know if the camera's picking up on that. It has got some dark and some lighter bits. Ellie says, you always use colours I wouldn't have thought of. I associate the VW camper with red and white, but coastal looks great. Thanks, Ellie. Yeah, I don't know why I went with that colour. I think I felt like I wanted to use this colour and I wanted to use the stamp set, and that's how it came about. So we're just going to use the ivory. Now, if you like your blends and you like to do different colour skin tones, or you make cards for different types of people, obviously there's not just one colour skin tone, there's many. Stampin' Up have just come out with a new set of skin tone colours, and they're available now. I'll try and remember to, I've not put up the information yet and I must do that, onto my Facebook page, or if you want the details, head over to my shop at stampinstarcreations.co.uk, and there's a limited edition stamp set out at the moment as well to go with it. Now you can buy the blends by themselves, you can buy the individual colours, or you can buy the bundle of pens. Now if you think, yeah, that's all very well, but I don't need lots of skin tones, they're just great to have a selection of browns and beiges and those type of colours in your stash. So I remember somebody remarking that it's great for colouring animals or deers, you know, so it can be used for other things. Obviously it doesn't have to just be used for skin tones. So I'm coming in with a dark Bermuda Bay. Matt's listening in but not watching, he's near his phone, he's busy working. I forgot to colour in her neck and her hands. So I don't know if you noticed, but I went around just the edge of her face to give her a bit more of a highlight around it. So the centre of her face is a little bit lighter. Okay. So coming in with Bermuda Bay, and I'm just going to go along the edge of her dress, like so. So washing update, I've got the washing on the line. Very happy. I've got 2 loads out. So I'm hoping, I gave it a double spin in the washing machine. So I'm hoping, because there's a little breeze outside, that by the time I bring it in it'll be dry. That's my hope. We shall see what happens. So am I zooming in now or am I okay? I think I'm alright. My phone's doing funny things, my other phone's doing funny things, it's buzzing. Right. So, how are we today? How's everybody? I hope you're having a super day. I had a list of jobs to do this morning, and it's one of those days where it's taken me a lot longer to do just one thing, but I forget how, or I should say, I forget how long it takes me to do this particular job. It's trying to get some invoices and orders out for customers, and it takes more time than I think. So I'm coming in here with the colour lifter and this, or colour pusher if you want to call it that, because it kind of pushes the colour away from the surface, and I want to just add a bit of ombre effect. Just give it a moment and that will start sinking in and you'll see that the colour will start changing. While I wait for that, I'm going to come back in with this Bermuda Bay again. The more colour you lay, kind of, it puts it on in layers. It's very clever. I don't know how it does it, but it just does. So if you wanted a bit to be darker, just keep layering it up. If you want it to be lighter, that's when you can bring in your colour lifter. Sometimes it's worth just taking the time when you're colouring in. Don't rush it. Just think about what's what. Margaret is crafting as she watches. What are you making, Margaret? There's no zooming. Oh, phew. Yay, washing on the line. I know, right? It's great. I love it. There we go. Can you see those tones? And we've got a little ombre happening here. Now, some people dread fussy cutting, but I think fussy cutting is one of those great tools to have in your kit. Because it's just any way to be able to extend your stamps and to make it, what's the word, to be able to use it more. I think it's great, and I think sometimes we forget about fussy cutting because we think, oh, I can't be bothered to cut it out, but actually sometimes I think the effect you can get with fussy cutting can be effective compared to just stamping it onto one layer. Hi Levine, good to see you. Now Margaret's using Driving By, the stamp set I was going to use today, and I had a last minute change of heart. So I would say that this is probably not the easiest stamp set to cut out. Why did I choose this one? Driving By is quite easy. If you're wondering which one I'm talking about, it's this one here. So we've got lots of cars and vehicles. So that is quite easy to cut out. So when you're cutting, it's helpful to have sharp scissors. Not too big a scissors because you're cutting in a small space. And the great thing about Stampin' Up snips is the blade is sharp from top to tip, if you know what I mean, all the way along that blade. So you can really open up wide and move your scissors. No, keep your scissors still. And you're moving your paper. That's the best way to be able to cut out, because then you're in control of what you need to move if you move the paper more than the scissors. Try it. You might be used to moving your scissors around, but it's actually easier to navigate the paper. So I'm trying not to do it, but it's difficult to untrain myself. I am the trained fussy cutter now. I've got a degree in fussy cutting. There we go. That took the time up, didn't it? Right, there's our young lady. Now, you might be thinking, yeah, but she's got a string in her hand, which would have her net, which you've lopped off, or lopped off, as I'm supposed to be saying. So then I thought, what could she hold? I'd like her to hold an umbrella. An umbrella, not an umbrella at all. I don't mean umbrella. I mean a balloon. It's got this gigantic balloon here in the Mischevious MICE. Now, you might be thinking, I don't recognise this stamp set. I can't get hold of this. Just going to zoom you out a bit. This is what's called a host stamp set. So if you make a purchase or a collective purchase with friends of up to £150, then this stamp set can be yours. And look, it's so brand new. I've not even opened it, but this is how the rubber stamps come. It's always useful to show people, because I find that there's sometimes people out there that have never seen this before, believe it or not. There are people who haven't seen this. So I'm just taking off the paper backing. I won't do it all now, but just to show you what I'm doing. Take off the paper backing, and then the rubber is just attached by tiny little places around the edge. Just pull that off, it's fine. Hello, Shaz. Ellie has a degree in cut and stick. Okay, so there's the mouse, and then in the balloon, we don't need this bit, but I do keep all of the extra rubber that comes with it. So this could be a shape for something. And then you've got the word thanks in there as well, so don't lose that. So I wanted to use the balloon. Where's my girly gone? I don't need the mouse, I just want the balloon. So we'll see if we can do this. Doesn't matter if you ink up a bit of the mouse, because we're going to cut that off. In fact, I might need to cut her string. Now, is this going to fit? Can't see what I'm doing, but let's hope for the best. Does it have a new smell? Says that. Now, people have been known to sniff their stamps. Yes, can you smell it? It smells of rubber. I tell you what smell I like. And that's the smell of, and I thought it used to be a baby smell, and I find after all these years I know what it is now. It's the smell of cotton. Sometimes like cotton clothes have got this lovely kind of, well, I describe it as a baby smell. And it's the cotton, it's that kind of, 100% cotton smell. I don't know if it's detergent or what, but yeah, it's lovely. Smells of rubber? No, don't believe it, says Ellie. Michelle says, what pen are you using, please? Could I see one if you could hold it to the pen? Hold it to the screen, you mean? So these are Stampin' blends, is that what you mean? These are what I've used for colouring in. And these are alcohol markers. And you get them in a combo pack, so you get a light and a dark. So you might have seen Copic markers or other types of markers like these, which are alcohol markers and that do blend. But the great thing about this, you have a limited choice, and it's kind of all you need, and it comes in a lot of colours. Oh, I'm doing the zoomy in, zoomy out thing. I'm not focusing. Come on. Struggling to focus. Oh. I thought I'd got over this. Here, let me zoom. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. Yeah, they're great, Michelle. If you're interested, just drop me a message and I can talk to you more about those. Okay, so I thought I'd like her to hold the balloon. I might chop off in a minute. I won't do it now, but I might chop that bit of string there and then cut this here. Shaz says, having used other alcohol markers, I have to say that these are incredible. The flow of ink is excellent. Thank you, Shaz. I must say I've not used other markers, so I can't tell you what they're like compared. Now, balloon. What colour should we make it? I quite like the look of the pink that's in here to make it nice and bright. So I think I'm going to go for... Is this? No, I don't want magenta. I think I'll go polished pink. So these bits here are the shine of the balloon. So I guess we want that bit to be a little bit lighter, and I'm going to bring on the dark around the edge. Now the great thing about these is they're dual ended, so you get the brush tip and you get the felt tip. I'm just trying to avoid my shiny bit on my balloon at the moment. And then I'm going to come in with the light polished pink. And I'm going to go over what I've just done because it helps to be able to blend the colour. Give it a chance to blend. Hello Valerie, nice to see you. Now I do want a bit of pink around the edges here. I might try and avoid that bit there. And go around the edge there. Okay, and then I'm going to fill the centre portion. Actually, I'm going to colour it in a little bit more, because then I can always get my colour lifter. Hi Valerie. Hi Kay, sorry. And I'm just going to rub that off a little bit and create that shine. Again, bring back that. I might do a little bit more shine along here. There we go. Does it look like a realistic balloon, sort of? So, rather than leaving the balloon blank, I thought it'd be quite fun to stamp the butterflies from the stamp set inside. So she's got butterflies on her balloon. So there's a group of butterflies in here. And we'll go in again with the black, so that will show up. So they're either in her balloon or on her balloon. I'll let you decide. There we go. How cute. So there she is. She's got her balloon. Happy girl. Right, let's bring on the rest of our bits and pieces. So she was going to go on here like so, on a white circle. And then we're going to have a background piece. We're going to have a yellow scalloped. These are all pre-cut because they were from a class, an in-person class that I've had. There, I think that's rather cute. It's very different. Okay, so I'm going to decide what embossing folder we now want to use. So for this one, I think we could go flowers and leaves. Could do that one. We could use the brick wall, but I think that one's a bit too fancy. Or we could go for a texture. Do you want flowers or texture? Let me know. And I'll just grab out some card. And we need this, and we need to do a sentiment in a minute. So flowers or texture, what would you like? Texture please, says Kay. Let's close the first one to apply. I'm going to go with what I see first. And we'll go texture. Now, I can't remember the name of this because I haven't, and I have not written it down on my folder. But it's still available. And, oh, we want texture, 2 for texture. Ah. So I'm just going to bring in the Lady Beast. Here she is. And this is the cut and emboss machine. And you've got to just put in the right layers. So all you need is the base plate, then your texture. Now, I wonder if this has got ink on it. Oh well, we'll try it. And then you need this top plate here. Thank you, Kay. Tasteful Texture Embossing folder. Nice and easy. Still can't remember the name. So you run it through, take off your top layer, and I might be left with a bit of a smudge. No, it's not too bad. I've obviously got ink still left on there, but there, look at that. It gives you like a hound's tooth, is it? Dog tooth type of texture to your work. So let's see what she looks like on there. So I'm going to have that and there and that and there. And I've got my stripe here. So again, I'm following this design that I've done earlier, but we're just changing it up slightly. So I'll go ahead and stick those down so I don't lose them. Love that, says Levine. Thanks, Levine. Now remember, you can not reuse, what am I trying to say? You can, once you've got a design, you can then recreate it with different stamps, different colours. You know, don't feel that you're limited or that you've got to think up of a new design each time. You can just recreate it using the same style or the same layout, especially if you lose your mojo with crafting and you're like, oh, I'm a bit stuck, I don't know what to do. Now, we could have this. I just turned the paper over and we've got this lovely blue side here. Let's just have a little think what this looks like, a little see. Oh, she looks happy, doesn't she? Just going to turn it over, see if we want the stripe. What do we think? Stripe or no stripe? Stripe or the blue side? Because sometimes girls aren't all about pink. Sometimes they like a bit of blue. I'm going to let you vote on that one. Okay? So you decide while I figure out what to do with this. I'm going to cut the string off above her head. So you could cut away the string. If you didn't want the girl to have any string at all, you could just cut into there and cut the bit off the bottom. Okay? So Kay prefers the blue and Shaz prefers the stripe. You decide, and I'm going to keep voting, and I'll just stick the lady down, the girl, and she's going to be stuck down with some dimensionals. I think I'll have her feet hanging off the edge. Quite like the look of that. Don't be alarmed by the other side. I'm using some scrap that I've had left over, because paper has 2 sides and you might as well use the other side. I'm going to be fairly generous with the dimensionals because it's thinner card, it's not the thick stuff and you don't want it to pop off. So any more? So would you like stripes or would you like the blue side? I say blue because I'm trying to figure out if it looks like maybe pull up. How on earth did that get there? I was nowhere near the black, she says. How on earth did that happen? I didn't get it. Okay, we've had a couple of votes of the blue side. Thank you, I'll go with that. You've got to be quick in this game. You've got to be, you know, get your comments in quick. I cut my nails today and now I'm struggling to do this. This is where I need my tool. Where are you? Here we go. That's easier. Tools that make life easier. My pick-me-up tool. Right, here we go. So we're going to have a sort of floaty dancey. Make sure she goes over my smudge. We're going to go with the blue side. And we're going to have her there. Okay, before I stick anything down there, I'm going to do a sentiment. So let's see. Now we've got It's Your Birthday. It's Hey Shorty, it's your birthday. You're gonna party like it's your birthday. Okay. I'm gonna grab out It's Your Birthday from the Mischevious little mice and see if I can fit that on this scrap here. Might be able to get it in the corner. I fished it out my bin. Let's have a go. It's your birthday. Okay. That came out a little thick. Let's just try it one more time and we'll choose the best side. Apply pressure to the centre, then it saves any rocking. Oh, it looks like every capital letter is bold, so we'll go with it. And then I'm going to, a bit more fussy cutting, we're going to lop. I can't say lop, lob sounds better. We're going to cut in between our words. You could have birthday, it's birthday, or your birthday, or it's yours. There we go. And when you cut it, obviously then means you can decide how you want it laid out and where you want it to go. So if I want to, I could have it now in a straighter line. Or I could do that, or that, or that. It's your birthday. That's quite cute. I quite like that. I feel like you're miles away. There we go. I think I'll go with that. So let me get my Ellie tweezers out. Anyone will do. Just going to stick these down. I can't cut straight to save my life. Well, Shaz. Oh, what? You mean cutting out a sentiment? Let the scissors to be your guide. It's your... I could pick those up because I've got a little bit of glue stuck on the end of my tweezers. Naveen says she's just got this stamp set. Very cute card, she says. It is rather sweet. Great to have some kiddie birthday cards in your stash. Okay, let me bring out the Ellie tweezers. I call them Ellie tweezers because she has some like this. And I have some Bobby tweezers too. Because Bobby has some scissors like that. Scissors? Tweezers. Okay, so we're heading nearish the bottom half of the card. Should have laid it out first. I think it would be fine. We've opted for the pool party colour side. So if you're interested, this stripy paper is another free product from Celebration, and it's that lovely rainbow paper. I'm going to have a crafter lunch in a minute. It comes from this set here, and all this lovely rainbow paper. Yours free for £45 purchase, with a £45 purchase. Okay, so there's the other side of that. And you get loads of it. I think you get, what, 48 sheets or something. So again, if you want to share it with a friend, by all means. So I'm going to stick that flat. Let's just have a look at the direction of the balloon. That should be fine. I might have her tilting a bit more. Or I could have her sort of slightly floating away with the balloon, couldn't I? Hello, Miss Heidi. Ellie says she can't work without her tweezers. This is where I get lazy and get glue on my fingers. It's because I'm lazy, Ellie. With using them. I'm not lazy generally, just with using she's sort of half floating. And then we are not going to bother to put dimensionals on the string, but what we will do is put dimensionals on the actual balloon itself. Shaz has got a few cards to make this afternoon, and Heidi says, I've shared my screen in you know where so Ruth can watch as well. Oh, thank you. I think I was a surgeon in a previous life, says Ellie. Yeah, Ellie's got all the tools, haven't you? Scissors, tweezers. Oh, look what I've forgotten. tiny bit of the balloon. Colour that in. Right, just want to add a bit of love to this by, oh, let's do more. More is more. Less is a bore sometimes, not all the time. I'm going to get a block because there's a way of doing this where you can flick your blend across your lid and it'll give a lovely sort of sprinkling of ink. But I find if you do that, you're more likely to damage your nib. So I like to get a block or something like that. You can even get another pen, I suppose, but a block is quite handy. And then just, if you knock it over the block, you get that fun splatter. Now, she nearly got splattered in the face then. So let's sort that out with a post-it note. Don't want her completely covered with her nice new party dress. And then just going to do some down this bottom half. So that's the polished pink, and then this is the Bermuda Bay. And then you can also do this with, she says, Wink of Stella. If you've never met Stella, or Wink of Josephine as we've renamed it, same concept. If you give it a little whack over the head, it'll give you some really pretty sprinkles. And I might even, can you see the sprinkles? Excuse me. There we go. Let's go with the, going to just give the butterflies a bit more of a feature. We're going to add a bit of, you can't actually see that, can you? No. I can, honestly, it's there. So it gives out this lovely fine glitter. There we go. Right, and because I'm going to make it a really girly card, I might just add, let's see what we got. Oh, I got these new ones, just saying. These are called polished dots. Aren't they pretty? Like little droplets. I wonder about these little stars. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, well, there's the brass butterflies, of course, but I don't think they will. That'd look odd, wouldn't it? Butterflies and butterflies. Do I want to add any little gems? Maybe we'll go back to basics with just a little few rhinestones. Just feel like this down here needs a little bit of attention. Let's go with these smaller ones. There, that makes me happy. Makes all the difference. And just one more thing to complete the look. I know it's not going to be a big deal, but it makes a difference to me. Going to get my white baker's twine, and we can, anything that's white, so ribbon and things like that, you can colour in. So I'm just going to get my baker's twine and carefully try and colour a bit in. What have you gotten that you've used, Ellie? Ellie said, I've got those and I've used them. I think, you know, attention to detail can make all the difference sometimes. That's why I spend time just doing these little finishing touches. Oh, the polished dots. Yes, I've just got them in my order. Just arrived yesterday. So you might want to give it a little second to dry. I'm a bit hasty and I like to do it straight away. just thought maybe a little pink bow at the top might look rather cute. Just going to make sure this is dry before I stick it anywhere. No, not yet. That's cute. Look at the little bow impression I've got. Okay, pack everything away. Well, I just wait for that bow to dry a little bit more, and I don't smudge it on my card. Then a great way to adhere ribbon or twine is with some glue dots. Mine are coming to the end of the roll, so they're hiding in my box. And I just put my pokey tool away. Where are you? There, it's hiding. Right, so I'm just going to roll the glue dot over a bit to make it thinner, and then I can stick it on the back of my bow. It might stretch a bit, but just show them who's boss. Oh, it came away on my finger. That's not the plan. Stay. Okay, I'm just going to hover it to see if I want it up here, which I think I do, or in her hand. Yes, I want it here. So I'm just going to stick that down. Now, just be careful if you're giving children, small children, cards, or just don't give small children cards with small parts. Don't want to be responsible for accidents. Okay, so there we go. Completely different kind of look using Celebration products, and but using very similar items and the same layout. So please go and play, and you know, you can use this layout if you want to, but please do share on my Facebook page, SSC Inspired and Shared, if you decide to copy, and or they call it casing, copy and share everything. So yes, do, you know, you have my permission to copy and share everything that I do, but I'd love you to just, if you share it on social media, just to acknowledge that, oh yes, I saw this idea on Esther's channel or Facebook page. Just credit where credit's due, would be awesome. So thank you so much for watching along. Thank you, Kay, for putting in that SSC Inspired and Shared. You do have to answer a few questions to get in the group. I have had people coming trying to sneak in and not even know who created the group or anything, and the whole point is that, you know, we have some connection. I know a bit about who you are and things like that, and you know, it helps. So have a wonderful day. I'll be back, God willing, next Tuesday at the same time, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. And I'll be back before then, hopefully tonight at 9 o'clock. And I'm realising that Valentine's Day is like next Monday or something crazy, and it's really crept up on me. So we might just be doing something for that later, which I need to get on and make. Lovely to see you, and thank you as always for your company. Please do join me later at 9 o'clock over on YouTube. If you're not on Facebook but watching this on YouTube, hi YouTubers. Don't forget, subscribe, thumbs up, like, comment, and all that jazz. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. Go get your washing out. Lots of love. Ciao. Bye-bye.